Today it is Tuesday, February the 6th, the year is 2018. And I'm sitting here with my mother, Alberta Hampton. We're sitting discussing spirits, religion, health, HIV and AIDS. And some religious people believe that AIDS or HIV is a curse against gay people by God. Or something similar to that. I'm sure you probably heard something along those lines too. That that disease was sent to harm the more people who are straight have been affected by it than people are gay around the world. But do you believe, or that religion, or do you believe disease is something that God?
I want to say this, Walter. When you were born the way you are now. You didn't get up and get a certain age and become a homosexual. You didn't get up and all of a sudden. Mm-hmm. We knew. See, the enemy can go into the womb, and everybody, I don't know how many people know this, but most people that really know the word understand about how children, and all this cancer that's hitting children nowadays. The enemy. You have been Walter all your life, and we all knew it.
Okay.
So it was not that you...
But I guess what concerns me is, like you just used the term, the enemy goes into your womb. People are naturally born gay. You have animals that are born gay. All species of animals. It's a natural occurrence in human beings and on planet Earth. I mean, you acknowledge that, right?
Of course I do.
Okay. So, a person's born gay. I mean, is that a bad thing?
Well, if you know the word, you know that it's the only thing that's bad about it is that you didn't get to be who you were supposed to be in the earth. But you have to understand what I'm saying when I say that. Okay. I mean, you're very smart, very intelligent, and you know who you are. You know who you are. And
I'm very proud of who I am. And I can't change it. No different. I can't change the skin color. Just like us being born black. And I remember that at one point in time, a lot of white folks thought black folks were evil, bad spirits, and we were born cursed because we were born with darker complected skin. They religiously, their religion taught them this. They believed this for centuries. Did that make it right?
And they knew it wasn't right. But you go through. Generations are funny. When you read the Bible, you will see where God brought the people out of Egypt. Okay. But see, you have to remember, all those people that came out of Egypt, most of them had a relationship with God. But then those people started dying out. Okay. And all the children that were born from these other people, they had no relationship with God. And so, they did come up under a curse. And then God had to.
So are black people cursed? Because we get a lot of black folks seem to be minorities, blacks in particular around the world. We're having a very difficult time on this planet.
I would say no, that we aren't cursed. I would say that we could be the chosen race, and that's why. Because people, I could be out in the store and white folks would be looking at me all nasty and evil. I said, "You got a problem with me? Am I the blessed one and you aren't?"
And I know that you would say that to these people.
No, sure do.
And I've seen you in action. So,
I mean, you don't like me because of my color.
It's the color of your skin.
Because
you've never done nothing. You've never done it. You don't have to do anything to
them. They don't even know you.
They don't even know you. I agree.
And they stand up there looking at, and I believe, after I've been in the South, that now we know that there was a lot of witchcraft and a lot of stuff going on in our homeland, in Africa and all those places. And when they came to America, they brought that stuff with them.
But they tried to bring it with them because the white folks gave them Christian religion.
It doesn't matter. What's in you is in you. It was in them. All this stuff was already in them. And I believe that the white folks became afraid of them and began to dominate them after they had, put this spell upon them. So
Yeah.
they became a little wiser than the blacks at that day and age.
Mm-hmm.
And so, because everybody got it. I was talking to a man one day, and we were talking about witchcraft, and I was telling him, and I said, well, I never knew anything about this until I came down here. He said, well, ma'am, it's all over the world now. And he told the truth. Places that we had been in, but they might have had them, we just didn't know it.
You bring up the South. I grew up in Gary, Indiana, which is where we lived at prior to moving here. You don't think the white folks was racist up there in your surrounding Gary areas?
What was that again?
The whites who lived outside of Gary, Maryville, the white area, Hobart, and all those people going to these places, they were very friendly to black folks once you ventured out of Gary into these white areas.
I believe with all my heart that these folks had demonic spirits, and I also believe that the blacks had it. But for some reason, we didn't know about it.
Forgive me, I took this pain pill that made me sleepy. I had some teeth removed, so I'm dealing with that issue. So
we didn't know about it. I believe that the people...
But see, I don't believe in all this stuff.
You don't believe in it. I believe in it. I've been taught. I did not believe in it at first.
Mm-hmm. So you believe that somebody
when I got to Georgia,
okay,
and I kept running into these people. I mean, I was with a bunch of women for over 6-7 years. And I didn't know that these people were trying to use witchcraft on me. Okay,
so you believe that somebody could put roots on somebody? Because remember, Daddy said...
Oh, everybody knows that, yeah.
So you believe this?
That's a known fact.
Okay. So a person can reach out and say, how do they do it?
You have to remember that we live in the spirit world. They have attached themselves to certain spirits. See, if you're ignorant about the spirit world, they can do anything to you. But if you know about the spirit world, then you can have people. If you're trying to do something to me, you can't do anything to me. I know who I belong to. I'm a child of the living God.
Mm-hmm. So God will protect you.
Psalms 91. She that dwelleth in a secret place of the Most High God, and under the shadow, He raised me up.
Mm-hmm. This is, again, go back to my problem with religion. God is in control, right?
Well, God is in control to the extent that He does not walk over our will.
Okay.
So you control your life, but if you get into the Word and you become His child, then you still have your will, but He guides you along the way.
Why is God so silent? Why won't He speak? I mean,
God always speaks through men. If you look at the Bible, you go in there, you'll find Abraham, Noah first, and Adam and Eve first. Then Noah, He told Noah to build a boat. He told Abraham to leave his hometown and go live somewhere where He was going to show him a life totally different because He's going to be with it. And he was coming out of witchcraft.
Gotcha.
So once you look at your Bible, you see Joshua, you see all these names at the heading of these scriptures. That person had a relationship with God.
Okay.
He always, in the Word, He says, I do nothing in the earth until I consult with the men that I have on earth. David, look at Daniel. Daniel was thrown in the lion's den, but he prayed 3 times a day. He was God's man on the earth for us in that generation. Thrown into the lion's den, and the lion's mouth never opened. The king ran up to him and said, Daniel, did the God that you serve, did He save you? He said, yes. Because he wasn't scared, he wasn't worried.
I want to talk briefly about the situation between Earl and I, because it is deteriorated to the point that, we live here, we don't communicate with each other. Well, the communication is very strained. I communicate with him, he doesn't communicate with me. For example, yesterday he came home sick. He wasn't feeling well. He got here extremely early, like 3, 4 o'clock, and he went to his room and closed the door. So, and he was there all evening. So, approximately about 10 or 11, I said, something's not right here. Because he'd been in the room all day. I went to go make sure. I had to go, I was actually in bed. And I said, wait a minute. Let me go see what's going on. So, I went to the room, knocked on the door, and woke him up. And he was in bed asleep. He had the little break. He had been to the emergency room. And wasn't feeling very well. But instead of him walking into the house and saying, I wasn't feeling well, I had to leave work early and go to the emergency room. And he had some prescriptions that he didn't feel. And he got in bed. He said something about his heart or something like that. What is, I don't understand why between he, and this is like, when I'm asking this question, is you left Daddy at one point. After you had been with him close to 20-something odd years, you had enough. Was it, close to 20, 21, 20?
Yeah, I had enough.
And how did you get the strength up to say, because
I stayed with him. I couldn't leave him. I stayed with him until the day came. And I heard this on the radio today. They said women would pull up with a lot, but when they get ready to walk, they're gonna walk. When too much, they're gone. But in the world that we live in nowadays, Walter, you ran with a lot of evil people. We didn't know about all these people coming in out of Louisiana. We didn't know about all these people coming out of Alabama. And I'm not talking personally about somebody.
No. I understand what you're saying. They were some evil people. They were evil.
And we didn't know why they were so evil. I didn't know why these women was trying to bring me into their way of thinking and fill me full of demons. I didn't know. I didn't know what was going on. So people are able to really harm a relationship.
Oh, I agree with you.
So there's a spirit that is in Earl and in you that are keeping you all from being the best that you could be. So,
because you fought me sometimes. You said, because we had this discussion recently, you said that there are some things that I didn't, because you're on the outside looking in, but you said that there were some things that.
It's your personality. You're outgoing. You like to take authority over a subject. I know you, so I think, wow, let him, because your authority is always good. But if somebody didn't know you, they would think, who does he think he is? Why he think he know everything? That's the way people are.
You think my personality is the reason why me and Earl clashed over the years?
Of course, because you're too different. That's why Walter's personality and mine was different. Mm-hmm. He didn't know what I knew. And it was, you can only be, but
I'm tired, Mom. I'm exhausted.
Well, you know what? You're ready to walk. I'm telling you honest God's truth. People will take as much as they can. I don't care if it's a man or a woman, okay? I went with you. This is 20 years down
because
the road.
Today when I was coming from the dentist, I'm actually considering just throwing all this stuff in storage and just, I don't know. I have to reach some type of peace.
Thank you. That's the most important word you could ever brought out of your mouth.
And this is not a peaceful situation.
Well, you know what? It will kill you. It will destroy everything.
Well, that's what I'm asking. I'm trying to figure out what to do and how to move forward.
You have to go. And go, he said, go in peace. I'm not giving up my peace now that I know about it for nobody. Somebody want my peace? Oh, I'm sorry. You're not getting that. Just
move the stuff I have into storage and go someplace. Go get what
does he want to live here?
Oh, I don't know. We're not.
I doubt it. I mean, does he want the house and you move, or you move?
We can't communicate like that.
Does he want? You could. There's people that have been with people for 30, 40 years.
Well, you just said that there's an issue here.
There is an issue here, because you are an authoritative person, Walter. You know, and half the time what you say is going to come to pass. You try to help people. A lot of people do not. I mean, I have that problem. They don't want you to tell them nothing.
No, they don't.
So you say, well, everybody.
Because if I were you, I'd probably just leave the stuff and go. Right.
Well, this your stuff?
It's my stuff. Yes, it's mine. There's a lot of stuff. I don't need it.
Does he want to live here, though, Earl?
Mom, I just told you we're not
I'm not
communicating
talking
like
about
that.
the two of you.
He
doesn't say
if I want to live here, then he want to live here. If I don't live here, then he don't want to live here. So if I said I'm gonna leave, then he gonna go get his own place. But if I say, oh, I want to stay here in this house, all hell breaks loose because I gotta leave because he wants. It's chaos and confusion.
Yeah.
We've had this discussion, so we can't really. He can have it. I don't care. No, I'm keeping it real.
But he doesn't like the place.
I know he doesn't like the place. I know he doesn't like it. Does he like any of the places we ever lived? When he lived up there on West Roxbury, this multi-million-dollar house, you think he was happy up there?
He wasn't.
No. You know, the grass always looked greener someplace else. He didn't like living down there either. The grass was always looked greener someplace else for him instead of what we had right there. Now, after the fact, he's back and said, "Oh, that was such a nice house." We didn't think that when we lived there. He found out he's a very critical person. Just no harmony. This mama's on dysfunction.
Well,
if I liked it, he hated it.
I know one thing. If you want to live, you better let it go. I decided I want to live. I decided that I wasn't going to be tormented. I wasn't going to be no old woman sitting up there with gray hair and because of some foolishness coming out of somebody's mouth. Yes. So I said, okay.
It's tough. This isn't easy because I have to make. I've moved out once before. Wish I had stayed away.
You just gotta get a life.
Yep.
And you gotta make up your mind. You know, I've tried. I've done all I can.
I have.
And so you just gotta move on. You gotta move on, and that's the bottom line. I don't know if you have to leave here.
I think I need to leave the state of Georgia. I've had enough. I want out. And I want to go someplace else.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not overwhelmed by the state of Georgia my own self. But
when you left Gary, when you and Daddy got divorced, what did you do?
I left.
You left Gary.
Started over with everything.
Yeah, that's what I'm leaning towards. I just tell you, I don't.
But you have to remember, Gary was small and. All his people were there. It was just a difference. I love those people, but I just decided that this after all these many years of kids.
I'm looking down in Florida. That's where I would like to live in Miami or maybe or Jacksonville or someplace in Florida.
And I love Jacksonville.
I do too.
But I hear Miami is. I mean, I'm sure you probably go to the exclusive area, right?
Mainly I've always gone to the beaches in Miami. I don't know much about Miami. Other than when I go to Miami, I'm only at Miami Beach or Soft Beach. Just the beaches. I've never really seen this urban. I know it exists.
Oh my God.
But I haven't seen it.
It's horrible.
And I've been going there for years, and I
think the further south you go, the worse the blacks have it. Unfortunately.
Those who choose to live their lives that way.
I don't think it's a choice. I think a lot of people do break the cycle, put it like that. But if you come up in a cycle of poverty and just everything going wrong in the family, one generation, those are spirits that keep it going. See, people don't think we live in a spirit world.
Do you think that between the Earl Knights, these are spirits that are keeping us from?
Of course it is.
Or just bad personalities?
Bad personality come from spirit attacks. I don't know what everybody else think about it, but I know. We live in a spirit world. That's why we have the word. No evil will befall you, neither shall any plague come against you. See, we live in a world where Satan wants to control us. He wants to control us. And it looks like he's doing a darn good job in these last days. Look at the generation that's coming upon the scene. If somebody doesn't step in, half of them, the biggest majority of them will be jailed. They're going to be killed. They're going to be slaughtered. People's children, and a lot of these people say they have no idea why their children were slaughtered.
Okay, we got about 5 minutes left. And then in the next video, we're going to do another short video. But I was having a discussion with you about us doing a live event. So we're going to put something together where we do a live event, me and my mother, and where people can come out and ask questions and talk to us. And we're going to do it here in Atlanta. We're just in the initial stages of it. But I know you said you were excited about this.
Oh yeah, because I think that somebody has got to step up to the board, and the young women that are having children, this life has to stop. We cannot have another lost generation. We can't have another lost generation because it's going to destroy us totally.
All right, so we'll be back in a few minutes, and we're going to discuss our live video thing, and I need to go blow my nose because it's about here by the time I'm over here like this. We'll be back in a few minutes. Today it is Tuesday. It is February 6th, the year is 2018. I'm Walter Hampton, my mother, Alberta Hampton, and we'll be back in a few seconds to discuss our live event that we're planning. So give me a few minutes, we'll be back.